Let me wipe y'all out. Alrighty. Let me put this on. Alrighty, y'all. What is up, bro? So we gonna be talking about the Akashic Records. Alright. So most people know what the Akashic Records is. Most people don't. Alright. The Akashic Records, you can look at it from a few simple terms, but mainly from my perspective is the book of life, right? Or the conscious field of all information, right? Because basically whenever you do something, it's going to leave some type of energetic imprint behind, right? And that goes directly to the Akashic Records. Now, see, from what I also heard, the Akashic Records does hold all information of life, but I've also heard that it doesn't completely hold all information of life, like, you know, outside this earth and universe and stuff. And that's like universal records or omniversal records, right? Which actually contains the fullness of what everything is going on. But the Akashic Records has been mainly accessed through a lot of ways, mainly astral projecting and expanding the consciousness. But let me just get back to it. So what is the Akashic Records, right? The Akashic Records, you can, like I said, you can look at it as the book of life. But basically, that's where all thoughts, emotion, energy, and action is at, right? And you can also look at your soul records within the Akashic Records or anybody else's records. And I know that last year, my mom had a dream of the Akashic Records. It was in a way where it was showing us our willpower and how much willpower we was actually using at the time. So, yeah, that is that. But, yeah, the Akashic Records, when you access it, you'll mainly see a library. It may not say Akashic Records at first. It may say some random words. It may say Willer's Library, which I think that's what my mom's dream has said in the library. I don't know. I mean, it can say a lot of things, right? But it's mainly just a big library. You access the full Akashic Records instead of just like parts of it, because my mom was accessing the part which was connected to our life as a soul and its life experience. Then you will literally see books on books. Like it's a whole place of where just books are, right? And see, from my experience, mainly last year, right? I was connecting with the astral realm a lot, and the thing is, I was connecting with not only the astral, but the Akashic Records too, right? And I was kind of like tuning into them at the same time. So yeah, I was tuning into them at the same time in case I needed answers or a certain download that I wanted or my spirit or soul needed that I couldn't just say because it was just too much energy. Let's get through it. Dang, what? I don't know why my throat be feeling like it's stuck sometimes. Like I can still breathe, but it feel like spit be getting stuck in there. I don't know why. Maybe my throat dry, but yeah, bro. Last year I was connecting with it like crazy, right? Especially at the beginning of last year. Now, I am definitely trying to reconnect with it the same way. Because I'm going to just tell you, I gained so much intuitions and benefits before I stopped tuning myself in. And I just stopped tuning myself into it slowly and slowly. But thing is, right, the Akashic Records, bro. From my experience, I had gained so much intuitions last year. I'm going to just name a few of them, right? Because these intuitions basically got confirmed by somebody who astral projects a lot. When it comes to incarnation, right, this is one of the main intuitions that I like to talk about because it's pretty interesting, right? So, life on how we get the life that we have on Earth and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We can't just come here automatically, right? I feel like that would have been a simple answer to most people, but I feel like if I was to tell certain people that I know, then they would be like, "What? Like we don't just choose to come down here." Like we do choose to come down here, you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like a waiting list. So let's say if I book an appointment to go to the doctor's office, right? But Timmy got to go to the doctor's first because he made the appointment first, right? No, not okay. Wait. Start over. Sorry, my bad. let's say me and Timmy make an appointment, right? Me, Timmy, and Jamal. Me, Timmy, Jamal, right? And we on this little wheel. Me, Timmy, and Jamal is on this little spinny wheel, right? Now, to actually get the appointment booked and ready to have, you got to spin the wheel, and whoever it lands on is who's going to basically be at the appointment or basically be incarnated on Earth. Everybody that's on that wheel is coming down to Earth some way, somehow, whether if they got to wait however long in the non-physical, right? But at the same time, when it comes to waiting in the non-physical, you can literally wait and not feel like it's 1,000 years or as long as however many physical years it takes to get down here. You know what I'm saying? I could experience something in the non-physical that's 5 years worth and have it done in like 3 minutes. Actually, yeah, bro. Yeah. My bad. I just have to think of something. But literally, when people come down to Earth, they're all on this little spinny wheel. And whoever it lands on is basically going to be the person that comes down and gets incarnated on Earth. Right? What is another one? I had so many of them. Gosh, bro. I had so much of them. I had so much of them. I don't know where they went. I need them back, though. That's for sure. And, yeah, the Akashic Records is literally filled with full dimensional information. I mean, like, you can literally get any type of answer that you want. You know what I'm saying? Well, not any type of answer, but any type of answer about life. For real. And how it works, why it works, stuff like that. Because I tried gaining certain downloads to actually, like, manifest stuff into my timeline. Like, I basically tried seeing if I could go into the Akashic Records, get certain downloads for me to do this and that in real life. But I guess that just wasn't going to work. Or even if it is, I just have to have my vibration at a certain extent. Or just go to the Universal Records instead. But, you know, maybe I'm just going to the wrong records. But yeah, the Akashic Records definitely helped me with a bunch of intuitions. And basically has kind of guided me when it came to connecting with me as the soul and spirit. Because firstly, I would just like gain these intuitions, but then I would think I'm crazy. And then I'm still gaining these intuitions, which is crazier. But I'm gaining these intuitions. Then I realize at first people try making me go crazy with the intuitions. And then it later on gets confirmed. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, I would be in states where I would just be trying to reach out of body states. Like, you know, go out of my body. And then I wouldn't go out of my body, but then I would still bring something down from the non-physical. Which was basically because I was not all the way tuned in with the Akashic Records, but I was in tune with it at a point where I could basically just gain the answers from meditating, right? I could gain the answers, energy, and vibrations and experience just from thinking about, you know, me being tapped into the Akashic Records, right? So, yeah, bro, if you want to answer on how to do something in life or how it works or why it works, you know what I'm saying? About God or any of that, go to the Akashic Records, you know what I'm saying? Or the Universal Records or the Omniversal Records, right? I heard that the Omniversal Records is the records of literally everything and beyond. So, yeah, bro. Things that are meant to happen and aren't meant to happen, stuff like that. But Universal Records are just like everything that's happening in the universe. So, yeah, that's that. Now, how to connect with the Akashic Records, right? So it's very easy to connect with the Akashic Records. Mainly from my experience, especially last year, I would just literally connect with the astral and Akashic realm and even the etheric plane just from wanting to, an intention. Anything that you do from actually wanting to do it and intending to do it is definitely going to work in an efficient way, right? That's why I say to people, if you want to do something, you got to actually want to do it, not just have the intention and idea of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you put wanting it and you put the intention, come on, bro, it's going to actually happen. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't put those come on, then it ain't going to work. And it's like, bro, I was also taking deeper breaths at the time. So, like, basically, right, I will also tune myself into consciousness states by also imagining myself breathing it in. Breathing in the energy of it. Because basically you can manipulate energy like how you literally can in the non-physical. You can literally, I could literally pick up this whole fridge in the non-physical if I was out of my body and aware of it. And thing is, you actually need a certain amount of life force to not only do that inside of the dream realm or the dream realm, because when you have a low, let's say if I was to try picking up this fridge in the dream realm and I'm out of my body, right? But I don't have a lot of life force, it's not gonna really work, you know what I'm saying? But if I was to try picking up, or if I was to try even opening a door, you know what I'm saying, and I got enough life force and etheric essence with me, it's gonna happen, right? And you can look at the same thing with like telekinesis and stuff. Basically, it's really just manipulating the energy around it. And when you take deeper breaths and tunes yourself more with your consciousness and your awareness and your present self and your energetic self, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not significantly, but over time it will be significant. That is for sure. And when I was just imagining breathing in consciousness states, I would be able to just tune in right then and there with 5D, 6D, all of them. 8D, 12D, 24D, whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? I reached that state. But yeah, bro. You can connect with it just from intention. Astral projecting too is definitely one. You may even be naturally guided towards the Akashic Records in general, only because of the fact some people have dreams of the Akashic Records and not even know it. Like how I used to have dreams of me building stuff inside of the astral and me basically using my godly powers inside of the astral realm with building stuff and connecting with other souls and this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot that you can do inside of the astral, bro. Oh gosh, my brain just went fried on me for a second, but yeah, there's so much you can do in the astral, bro. And me connecting with the astral also made it so that I would basically be able to see what would happen in the future. You know what I'm saying? I would be able to see what would happen in the future. I would be able to change certain stuff that would happen in the future unconsciously, though, because I wouldn't know that I'm actually manipulating the energy like how I was back then. And I was manipulating the energy only because of the fact my consciousness was expanding and my energy field was too. But I just didn't know that I was controlling it because I didn't know about that energy controlling stuff. Like I was getting into it, but I just didn't know how that worked. So yeah, that is that. Gosh. Yeah, bro. And you cannot really have any ego when it comes to connecting with that astral or the Akashic. Mainly, you know, for this video, the Akashic Records, but same thing when it comes to the astral. If you have an ego feeling like you need to do it, blah, 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 or you feel like it's life or death, or you feel like you can do it and nobody else can, and you're just this, that, and the other because of that, yeah, bro, you can't have that, or else you're not going to be able to do it again, or you're not going to be able to at all. So, yeah, that is that. Yeah, bro, the Akashic Records is really, like, it's really cool. It's definitely, you can call it the Book of Life for sure, because I call it the Book of Life. And, yeah, bro, you can definitely gain answers from your soul and spirit there. You can gain answers that you want. You can gain answers that you need, desire, stuff like that, bro. Yeah, bro, and I would just be in tune with it so much that I would just like basically get these intuitions on also how to embody source and all that, bro. It was pretty cool. So yeah, bro. Yeah, that's it on the Akashic Records. So yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, man. And we finna see y'all, bro, on the next video.